Good morning, Waldport Gaelic Warriors.
You mean fighting Irish, right?
And this
No,
is...
I want you to answer the question.
Okay, but Waldport Gaelic Warriors sounds cooler and isn't stolen. And this is Waldport Weekly! Today is Monday, December 12th, and whatever, man.
We'll be covering Ballot Measure 114, the Chinese protest, and a mystery segment.
A reminder for today, there will be a CTE Expo at the Oregon Coast Community College. If you're interested in business as a future career option or just looking for an excuse to miss school, you should join the optional field trip on February 15th. Now to Oliver with our word of the day.
In light of the recent frigid weather, I would like to introduce the word gelid. Gelid is an adjective which means cold or icy. Some would say the way Keegan looks into the camera is a bit gelid. Brr, gives me chills. Almost as chilling as this here local news.
One of Oregon's most recent ballot measures, 114, has been rather controversial.
Why is that?
Well, it only passed with a 50.7 majority. The measure makes it more challenging to buy a firearm. Some of the new rules that would be imposed include a mandatory permit admitted by local law enforcement, safety training, and a fee. Additionally, magazines holding over 10 rounds will be banned.
Oh, I see. I wonder how heavily it will be enforced.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Now to an overview of what's going on in China.
Recently, China has imposed extreme zero-COVID lockdowns upon the Chinese people. This has caused massive protests and riots across the country, calling for the overthrow of the Chinese Communist Party. In response to this, China has eased lockdowns in certain areas, but the effects of the protests and riots have already been shown. Multiple people have been severely beaten, including BBC reporter Ed Lawrence. China has also tried to censor and downplay the protest, as many Chinese Twitter bots have been found spreading false information. Due to China's censorship, this has been very difficult to find information on this topic.
Yikes.
Do you know what time it is?
Yes.
Mystery segment time!
Hi, I'm Raiden, and today we're going to be asking high schoolers what their advice is for younger generations. Okay, what's your name?
Jarrett.
Okay, what advice do you have for younger generations of students?
Don't do stupid stuff like I did and stay in school. Don't think you need to miss out on anything, because I missed out for 2 years and now I have no chances of doing anything after high school except for what normal people do.
Okay, what's your name?
Piper.
Okay, what advice would you give to the next generation of students?
To actually do your homework and to get a good study method when you're a freshman, because if you don't get a good study method, you won't be able to do your homework, and your homework, if you don't do it in class, will pile up really big, and then you'll have to do it all really fast, and then it's really scary because you'll have a bunch of C's and D's, and then you'll feel like you won't be able to do better than that, but you can.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, what's your name?
Alexis.
Okay, what piece of advice would you give to the next generation of students?
As a freshman, stay away from the seniors.
Thank you.
Of course.
Okay, what's your name?
Remy.
Okay, what advice would you give to the next generation of students?
I'd say don't be mean to staff and other students. It's rude. You don't know how hard they work to keep this school functioning. And I just feel like school would be a lot easier and go through smoother if you're kind to everybody.
I agree. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's your name?
No.
Okay, what piece of advice would you give to the younger generation of students?
To be like me.
What's your name?
Judah,
Okay, what piece of advice would you give to the next generation of students?
don't vape.
Good job.
Thanks.
And now back to Keegan and Oliver.
That was raw.
Gelid, some might say.
Uh...
Keegan,
Yeah?
we have to tell our audience about the second word of the day.
Wow, whoever wrote this script really cludged this together.
You spoiled it.
What?
That's the second word of the day. Cludged. To put something together with ill-fitting parts?
Your ill-fitting parts.
Ditto, Keegan. Anyways, that's all we have this week. Kludging.
Beijing.
And remember, this is Waldport Weekly.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Man, it doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought me some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. And the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. But as long as you love me so, let it snow and snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you really grab me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. Oh, the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.